Namaste. In the last, the sloka number 73, in the translation, when you say, I will do what you say, means common interpretation is that he's going to hear something more. Or if you say, I will do what you have already taught, isn't it?
Right.
Because, I mean, if you look at the Mahabharata, other people like, Dhritarashtra and all, because he has been hearing all this word by word, blames Krishna that you egged Arjuna to go to war. It is not interpreted as, okay, Krishna taught Arjuna and Arjuna took his own decision. That's not what, at least commonly, let me put it this way, maybe that's not exactly true, but that's what common stated in the, many of the pravachanas.
Yeah, that's what pravachanas. That's why we have to go beyond pravachanas. Right. Exactly. You just made a case for that. That is why Sringeri Acharya tells all the pravachanakaras that you got to go beyond your pravachans and take them to the Bhagavatam 11th skanda. Don't stop the 10th skanda. Exactly. You said it.
Yeah. I'm just wondering, but here also, maybe a better, I agree probably the way it is literal translation of the Sanskrit, but more figurative is, I will do as you taught me, or per your teaching.
Yeah, exactly. Tavavachanam yat kritam. The words that you have uttered, I've digested it and I'm going to do.
Based on my own decision, right?
Based on the knowledge I've gained.
Yeah.
I mean, Ramkarishe is my decision it is. Because if it is not his decision, he would not have said it. Because previously his decision was, I don't want to fight.
Yeah, so, that's what I'm saying. So I will do what you say means, not what you said.
Based on your teaching. I will
about to say.
Yeah, exactly. That is why you should not go by translations and things like that. You have to do pattern classes.
I don't know. I mean, in Mahabharata, I don't know this, what Dhritarashtra, when the blaming and all, or even the Gandhari and all blame Krishna, that whether that is all there in the sloka or somebody's interpretation, I don't know, because I have not read the Sanskrit version, or I have learned from somebody. So I don't know what is exactly there in Mahabharata.
Me too. I've only heard the Mahabharata. I've not
because even if you look at that Mahabharata serial which came, which people say that they put a lot of research and effort to make it correct. Even there it says like that.
Yeah, it's okay. So, let them say. That's why we are studying. Stories are stories.
Yeah.
You have to ask what's behind all this. It's okay. Let stories be.
Yeah, because in some books and all, like for example, another book I have, the translation is, I will do your bidding. That's what it is.
Look at the English. Do your bidding.
So,
but I mean, nothing. I mean, translation's okay. There's some good.
No, but somebody, all I'm saying is.
Yeah, based on the Bhagavad Gita, we know now. So, we know how to interpret these statements. Based on what we know. Good. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Harajit, please.
Namaste, Mahodaya. What does chakra in Vishnu's hand, what does it represent?
Right. So the question is Vishnu Chakra, we say commonly, the chakra, what does it represent? So here is another example where the two meanings are there. Literally, you look at a chakra, it's a weapon. It's a disc, flying disc, etc. It's a weapon. It's like any weapon we use today. And a flying, it's an astram. Or it could be a shastram also, because this disc is, astram is what? Like a spear or an arrow that just flies away from the hand and then does its job and goes away. That is astram. Shastram is like a sword. It continues to remain in the hand and then it does the job. Shastram. All right. If you look at this chakram as a weapon, the question is, first question, is it an astram or a shastram? They say this guy does its job, and then it comes back, and it comes back to Vishnu's hands. If that is true, then it is not astram, because astram is supposed to disappear. So it is shastram. Let's call it. Doesn't matter what you call it, but anyway, that's the job it does. Now, that's the literal meaning of a chakra. But the implied meaning is it's time. Time. It represents change. Time is moving, time is changing, time is circular also, because cyclic. Our life is also cyclic. Janma is there, Janma, Marana, then Dukkha, then everything, and then Maranam, and then Punarjanma is there. So that is cyclic. And the yugas are also cyclic, or cyclic as they say. Big time scales, cyclic. Small time scale, cyclic. So chakra. So the chakra represents samsara. So that which sustains the samsara is the asamsari atma. The center, that doesn't change, doesn't move. Stiram it is. Nityam it is. That's the implication, Maharaj.
Okay. Dhanyavada.
Kumarji, so going back on Mahesh's question, I was just thinking. So even you gave me the lot of knowledge. So I understand that knowledge removes the cloud from against the sun. So once I understand the knowledge, I will tell you, I will do what you are what you said, because all the practices what I have to follow, that's what I understood from the knowledge. So, but eventually I understand the knowledge removes the ajnana. So if I say that I will do what you have said, it means that, yes, I understood the knowledge. I will follow whatever methods has been to be followed in order to remove my ajnana. So just saying I follow you doesn't mean that it's only just question of knowledge, what I acquired. So that's the meaning which I take, because that's all about the knowledge.
See, now I know what to do. He could have said that. Now I know what to do. He could have said that.
Yeah.
He could have said that. I know what to do. He not have brought this tava vachanam and all that. Now I know what to do. I got it. Nashto mohaha smritir labda. Janami kim kartavyam iti. What is to be done, I know. He could have said and walked away. But this could be a respectful statement. Be a respectful statement. So instead of saying, I know now what to do. You give respect. I will do what you say, what you told me. What you told me is the right thing to do. Therefore, I will do what you say.
Right.
Until now, I did not understand it. Now you made it clear to me. Therefore, I will do what you say. Means, after understanding, you said knowledge is implied. It's a respectful way of saying, I know what to do. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if somebody interprets differently, that means it is not understood by them. So it is the knowledge which I got. So respectfully, I'm saying this. I will do what you said, which means I'm going to follow what I have to do, I will do anyway. So this after gaining the knowledge.
Yeah, I think it's Arjuna taking ownership.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, Vidyaji.
Yeah, Jaykumarji, I wanted to make a similar point like you just made, because Arjuna started all this dialogue with Sishyasteham Shadimam right? Shadimam Prapannam, right? And then he's also saying, so the whole thing is a dialogue between Krishna Bhagavan and Arjuna. So, he can't just, he has to acknowledge the teaching in that personal terms. And then, like you lightly said, one shouldn't take the Bhagavad Gita or read the Bhagavad Gita in translation, right? That's a wrong thing to do. You need the commentary of somebody like Adi Shankara, and then Puja Swamiji's explanation of the commentary, which you have shared with us all this time, right? To truly understand Bhagavad Gita. Right? And so that's the point I wanted to make. Yeah, like you said, out of respect for the teaching and for the teacher, Arjuna is saying like this. I'll do your Tava Vachanam, right? And I'll follow your Vachanam. And then, then secondly, what I also wanted to say was it also goes to say that even though Dhritarashtra heard the same teaching, Dhritarashtra was clearly not prepared, so he did not understand any of this, right? If he had understood, he could have stopped the war right there. He could have sent a messenger to Duryodhana and said, stop this. I have got knowledge. Till now, I was blind, literally blind, and also blind in my understanding.
Correct.
And so that's what it tells, that, if somebody is not prepared and not willing to listen, not having an open mind, they will not be changed by this teaching either.
Correct. Adhikaritam is not there.
Yeah.
Dhritarashtra was not ready for this.
Mm-hmm.
Probably wondering what was going on.
Yeah.
Wondering why are they, what's keeping them waiting? And in the heart of hearts, Dhritarashtra was somewhat happy that, I remember Swami saying, it's happy that it's being delayed, because in the heart of hearts, he doesn't want a war. Maybe Arjuna will go there and then he will say, you know what? Am I going to war just for a few houses? Is that what it is? Is this what I'm getting into? I'm sure. I'm hoping, not sure. There is wishful thinking that maybe Arjuna and Duryodhana, Bhima and all will say, yeah, I think this is too much. This kind of destruction, not worth it. Let's go somewhere else. Wherever this Duryodhana asks us to go, let's go. Why bloodshed? There is in the back of Dhritarashtra's mind, that thought is going on. I heard somewhere. I read it or heard somewhere, this one.
There is a saying that in the previous night before the war, the Dhritarashtra sent someone to Arjuna to brainwashing Arjuna with some statement.
Okay. So yeah, there is that wishful thinking also. So delays. Dhritarashtra was looking for delays in the heart of hearts. And so his mind is there.
Delay in the sense, Jaykumarji, you're saying delay in the sense that Arjuna's mind will be changed and he'll indeed run away.
Correct. Run away, the war will be cancelled.
Yeah.
The war will be called off. Arjuna went to Duryodhana and said, yes, we will call off the war, and we will, if you want us to leave the kingdom, we will leave the kingdom. Okay? Something like that. There's some wishful thinking.
Ceasefire.
Ceasefire, if you want to call it. And and then, Yeah, that thinking is there. Somewhere it comes, either in a commentary or somewhere I read it.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, this is that's a kind of thinking that the losing side in a battle often thinks about. So, for in this context, if you read the history of the December 1971 war between India and Pakistan, the moment India crossed the border into East Pakistan, the first thing Pakistan called for was a ceasefire.
Correct. You're right.
And the entire 2 weeks, they were calling for ceasefire. And the UN also, their masters were also calling for ceasefire. USA at that time.
US,
Correct.
US sent the 7th Fleet.
Yeah.
So this discussion, where it comes. Now I got it. First question. Dhritarashtra uvacha dharmakshetre kurukshetre samaveta yuyutsavaha mamakaः pandavaschaiva kimakurvata Sanjaya. These two people have come to the battlefield. They're everything. They are ready. The powder is dry. They're right. They're about to obliterate each other. Okay, and then Dhritarashtra is asking, what did they do? The question is, what did they do means what? Huh? They've come there to have dinner or what? A big party, some kind of a party? They come for a big meeting or what? What meeting? It is a head-on collision that's going to happen. And so there, that wishful thinking of Dhritarashtra. What did they do? Did they decide to talk and shake hands and say, finally, thank you, and then hug each other and say, we're all brothers, we should not be fighting like this? It is shameful. It will set a bad example. Like that, Arjuna will do that. Yudhishthira is capable of doing that. Dhritarashtra knows that. And so that is the thinking behind that question. Kima kurvata. That's it.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Where is the war going to start? That should be the question.
Yeah. So, Jaykumarji, one other question. I was very happy to hear that, your statement that Shankara says Arjuna has become a jnani in this commentary, in his commentary on this verse, because that clears it up for me. Because there is also this, this statement that in the Mahabharata itself, the entire Gita is recited once again, because for some reason that Arjuna said, I don't remember everything or something, which is not possible if he's become a jnani, correct? And it must have been another reason why the Bhagavad Gita is recited again, correct?
Right. No, I don't remember means what?
Yeah.
It means it was good to listen to you. I need to listen to you again. I need to listen to you again. I know. My approach now is going to be very different than my approach then. Previously, I was in panic, and then you taught me. And now, no, I want to listen to it, because now my state of mind is entirely different. I'm a jnani, okay? Now tell me. Now I'm going to look at each sloka very differently now.
Right.
I won't be asking all the questions like I asked then also. That all will be different.
Yeah. That's a good point. Thank you. And then one related question is Sanjaya's, reaction is, he's saying Adbudam Roma Harshanam. And Sanjaya, I would think, is more of an adhikari also than, say, Dhritarashtra. Definitely, much more prepared than Dhritarashtra. So does Adi Shankara says anything about Sanjaya?
I don't remember at all. No.
Okay, maybe for the next class.
Next class, yeah, we will see. I don't remember having.
As to saying whether he also got jnanam as a result of the teaching.
His name itself suggests that.
Yeah, I will check. I'll check. I doubt it. Teaching is over. So generally, we'll see.
Thank you, Jaykumar.
His name itself suggests. His name itself suggests Sanjaya. So that is, he's always what you call Ekagrata Chitta.
Oh.
Adhikari.
Very good. Like Hanuman, Jitendriyaha. Good. Haraji, please.
Mahodaya, when is the Mundaka Upanishad you are starting? What day and what time?
Okay. So Mundaka Upanishad started 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
2 weeks ago. Today is Monday. So last Thursday we had the second class. And the Thursday before the last Thursday we had the first class.
So you meet on Thursdays.
Same time as Katha Upanishad. Yes. Timing.
Okay.
Right.
All
So
right.
we did that. And
Okay.
and the first class I gave an introduction. There were many people who were somewhat new to the Shastra. So I introduced the whole pursuit itself. What is this pursuit? What are we after? Right? And what is Veda, etc. I gave an introduction, which is not new to you. And Purusharthas, I talked about all that. Then second class, last class, I continued the introduction and then entered the Bhashyam. So we kind of completed one line of the Bhashyam. That's really what it is.
So you meet on Thursday then, my time.
IST Thursday's morning must be Wednesday your time, Wednesday evening your time.
Oh, Wednesday. Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah, it's 6:45 our time, Haraji.
6:45 p.m.
6:45 Houston time.
I got
6:45
it.
p.m. Houston time.
I got it. Dhanyawadaha. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, Meera, go ahead.
I don't know if my understanding is right. Nashtaha mohaha smritirlabdhat tvatprasadan maya achyuta. So here, when there was moha, it looked as though Arjuna had he didn't have a choice because he was under the influence of mamakara, kartrutvam, bhoktrutvam. So that was the cause for his delusion. Now he says, I have smritir labdha. So my thought process was, after smritir labdha, do you really have a choice? Because it's clear. So you can do whatever you want, he says, but is there a choice? There's no choice, I thought.
Exactly. So this is a very important point. The question is this: does knowledge increase choice or reduce choice? If somebody asks you a question, suppose your son or daughter asks you the question at the dining table, you're all sitting, and then, Dad, I have a question. Just knowing more reduces choice or increases choice? Okay, very philosophical question also. And what do you do, How do you answer that question? How do you answer the question, right? Suppose your daughter is looking for a house because she got a job and they're looking for an apartment or a house. Now, the more you know about the town, which are good areas, bad areas, this, that, the more ideas are there, more you know, suddenly more choices come up. It looks like. Looks like there are more choices. Or maybe it looks like there are fewer choices because you thought you were going to go here, but then it's not a good place. Oh, it's so many miles away from work. That's not good. Oh, it's not on the bus line. That's not good. So the more you know, choices can reduce also. So in Laukika, choices can increase also. It's possible. But in general, choice will reduce because here we are talking about absolute knowledge. The more we know about what, suppose we had a machine. You eat some gulab jamun and then you stand in front of the machine and the machine will tell you exactly what's happening to the gulab jamun. It'll show you all the processes, all the nitrates and phosphates and glucose, everything it shows how it's flowing. And then all the fat and all from the bhaji you ate. And bhaji is there in front of the gulab jamun because you ate bhaji before. And after bhaji only you should have gulab jamun. No? So all that, bhaji is there. Where is it going? Oh, it's going to my waist. Oh, it's going there and settling down. Suppose the machine said all that. What will you do? This knowledge is too much. Unignorable it is. Previously, they said you be careful about eating fried foods and all that. Then now this machine is making it so clear that at least something should happen. What should happen? Initially, you thought I had choice. I can have a pakoda or bhaji or samosa, like this you were thinking. Now, at least out of the three, you would have eliminated one minimum, and from one, two you would eliminate, etc. So, knowledge will reduce choice. And in the case of this Atma Vidya, of course, it takes away Kartatva completely. That way, you can say there is no choice. But again, in Laukika, there is some choice always available. But in this case, for Arjuna, there is no choice. In this case, in this context, there is no choice, really speaking. Karishya Tava Vachanam means what? Means what? What is this? What kind of stuff? Krishna has no choice in saying what you should do. Arjuna has no choice in doing what he should do. Therefore, really, nobody has choice here. Choice is not there. Correct. So that's an important observation. There is no choice. You have to fight. You decide to fight. Only deciding to fight or not deciding to fight is only choice you have. That is not really choice, really speaking. That is either following dharma or adharma. There also really you don't have choice. Should I follow dharma or adharma? Somebody asks, what choice is that? That's not choice. So correct. So Meera, your observation is correct.
So I think it goes by when there's some kind of, the understanding gives you that kind of, calmness where no choice becomes joyful, I feel. Because that's what I don't know, you can correct me, that no choice becomes joyful because understanding, backed by understanding, there's nothing to grieve about.
Yeah, no choice could be painful initially, but as one understands and matures, it will become joyful. There's no conflict, because when there's no choice, there can't be conflict. Conflict is there only when there are two things. And so that's why people who follow dharma generally are free from conflict, because all the thought process that go on in other people's mind don't happen at all in their mind. So they are free. They'll do it. Could be inconvenient, but do it. Do it. So that's true. Good. Any other anything in the chat box here? Second part. Rameshwari Taye. Okay, this is the song, no? So, who wrote the song? I don't know. Be stoic, Shanti Kumar says. Be stoic. Yeah. So the question is, what is stoicism? What is stoic? You have to ask. I've heard the word stoic means, but I need to understand what causes stoicism. Whether I can use the word stoic or not, I don't know.
No, Guruji, Meeraji was telling acceptance, choiceless situations, to accept those without, she told with joy. I understand it as whatever it may be, choiceless situation is choiceless. So you have to accept it without any emotion.
All the Greek philosophers, they are said of Stoic philosophers.
Okay. Now, without emotion, you be careful. The emotion, don't control them. We are not trying to control emotions. Emotions can be there. So don't think Arjuna will now become a stone. No emotions. Keep on doing. No smiling. No, no expression of joy. Nothing. Expression of joy should be there or not, at least. That is an emotion. That's an emotion. And so, without emotion means what we are saying is, I've decided. For me, it's very clear what I'm supposed to do. It can be inconvenient. It can be painful. can be arduous. It can be, one has to. So anyway, so you can accept that, but that acceptance is most important. And periodically frustrations come, you let out your frustrations. That also can be there. Because after all, human beings, so emotion has to go, will go along with everything we do. So correct. Maybe stoic is a good word. I think stoic, we should use the word stoic. You just have to understand the word better. Stoic. What does dictionary say? What does the dictionary say about stoicism? Stoic. Very interesting. Because being an English word, I'm a bit careful. What does it come with? See, why I'm saying this? Tolerance. There are some words. Forbearance. Okay, there are some words like this. Okay. These words have negative connotations. Correct? Tolerance. Tolerance has a lot of negative connotations. It means what? People are so bad and I have to put up with them. I'm tolerating everybody. Okay, I'm tolerating everybody. No, but Advaita Vedanta doesn't say you should tolerate. Hey, Advaita Vedanta says this is what life is all about. So you must, if at least we don't smile, you must say, okay, this is how people are and I have to adapt to it. In my karma, smile at your own karma. My God, I must have been a rough guy in the last janma. Like that, you smile at yourself.
It seems like Tidiksha. It says the person who can endure pain or hardship without showing the feelings on the or complaining. So they are comparing it to Tidiksha.
Yeah. Titiksha is a requirement, therefore. Before Jnana, Titiksha is a requirement.
Tidiksha comes twice or thrice in the Gita.
So that is why that amanitvam, adambhitvam, ahimsa, kshanti. There is a word called kshanti. That kshanti is this titiksha, acceptance, accommodation. Accommodation of what? Accommodation of the people whom you don't like. There is a gulab jamun I can accommodate. Loving people I can accommodate. Generous people I welcome them. Huh? What about other people? The shanti is meant for those other people.
Tasmat Chidikshasya Bharata.
So therefore, that's there they translate it as forbearance and all that. Grumbling acceptance. No, that is not shanti. At the same time, you're not going to be super elated. What to do?
Guruji, why we among sisters or whatever my relatives, when we speak, finally we end up saying ஒன்னும் பண்ண முடியாது அதோட இருந்துக்க வேண்டியதுதான் அப்படின்னு we normally talk. So that ஒன்னும் பண்ண முடியாது is this, I think, Guruji, the choiceless situation.
Correct. Yeah.
What I was trying to say is joy is understanding Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Smriti Rupena Samstita. Even Santosha, Tushti Rupena Samstita is her. Even Krodha Rupena means the Prakriti is everything. So you look at it in that way. Even if a person's anger, it is hers, do whatever is required and then you're happy. That's what.
During Vishaka Hari Avalod, during her pravachanam, this one, someone known to me told me, she told if someone is angry at us, Ayo Pavam, I can only say in Tamil, Guruji, only then you get that, what you say, the Ayo Pavam, avalukku enna kashtamo, இன்னைக்கு இப்படி சொல்லிவிட்டா பாவம், பரவாயில்ல அதனால என்ன அது உனக்கல்ல அப்படின்னு நினைச்சுக்கோ அப்படின்னு she was telling during that pravachanam, it seems. So, when Ji told it is it's nature, when she told that pravritti, right? So we have to take it like that, but we have to be with that steadfastness to receive it in that mode. Maybe later we will understand that, but when we receive it, how it is his problem.
So what Shanti said was, If somebody is angry and shouted at you, the response should be, "Yo, pal, poor thing. What problem she has, we don't know. What problem he has? Who has? The person who is angry at you or shouted at you. That person has a problem." So that's a beautiful way to think. Means this situation does not deserve it. But if that's the response I'm getting, then there is some confusion somewhere. Yeah, that's good. That's a good way. That's a very good attitude
Not to hate the hater.
to hate the hater. Okay.
Pratipakša bhavana.
But avla nallava illiya Guruji, what to do? We have not come up to that level, isn't it, Guruji? Me actually. I cannot use plural. I can only tell that.
What helped Guruji was even Shanti ji, I would say. I think we should start meditating on these things.
Correct. You should. You should.
Meditate on these emotions, and then I thought that will help a lot. And maybe even after some time, I look at the other person as that person is going through some issues. That also, that feeling also, we can start meditating. Is it coming through avoiding some kind of pain with my ahankara, or is it truly out of compassion it is coming? That also could be there. When you look at somebody and start following somebody, like just because Vishaka Hari said, if I start replacing those thoughts, it could be out of ahankara, I am trying to avoid pain. When I start meditating upon that ahankara itself, then I will know that it's the compassion. Is it right, Guruji?
Yeah. So the first point is you should meditate on these things. Means so that desirable emotions, anger, and so forth. So, in fact, in our meditation, Swamiji used to make us do that. So, I don't know if you remember, long ago when I introduced the meditation, we talk about mentally think through the people who are hurting me. That is the first step in meditation, really. One of the first steps that comes is because the mind is troubled with so many thoughts. And so you have to acknowledge those thoughts. Otherwise, those thoughts will not leave us alone. There's no question of meditation without acknowledging all those things. So, first thing to do is acknowledge all those persons in our lives. Let's say 2 or 3 people, which are a source of concern for us. Could be our elders, could be children, spouse, and then you have to think about them, the key people, pick the top 2 or 3 or whatever, top 2 or 3 people, and then say, okay, this is how this person is behaving, and I'm always reacting to that person. This need not continue. The person is behaving like that. Why should I react like this? Okay. By definition, reaction comes without asking my permission. Why am I giving permission to myself to react like that every time? That person has some issues. Anything that I have to fix, I will fix. The problem is me, and I will fix it. That's easy. That's because now it's the problem is in my hands. Solution is in my hands. I'll fix it. But no, that person's nature is like that. Person is never happy with whatever I do. Then what will you do? Then you can't change that person. So then you accept. You acknowledge that person's problems. I will try to help the person without being affected by their reactions. Okay? I have to tell that to myself. I have to consciously tell it. Only then, at that moment, that weapon will come alive, will protect me. Otherwise, I'll keep reacting. So we do this in the meditation early on. We used to do that. If you're interested, we can do it again because you're supposed to do all these things every day, really speaking, right? So we can let me know, and we can do it. We can do it again. Some new people also have come in the Mundaka Upanishad class. They said they wanted to attend. So that process we have to do. We have to do. There's no Bahyan Sparshan Bahikritva. Krishna just tells it in 1/4 of a shloka. That takes a long, that itself is a whole meditation. Then only you sit and meditate on, do japa and things like that. Japa itself you can't do if you have so many things hanging over in the head. So that's why Krishna says that you welcome all of them. All the people who cause concern to me, think about them right now. Start one by one, think about them. Then acknowledge them, and then pacify them and pacify the emotions. Understand that that's their background that is causing it. Just like I have a background, they also have a background. And so there is no need for us to react. First, accept that there is a background from which all this is coming, that they have no control over, I have no control over. So there is, first accept it. Acceptance is so important. We'll find solutions later, but first accept it. Yeah, so that's a big part of it's a beginning step of meditation, but it's an important beginning step.
Forgiving is forgiving.
Huh?
Forgiving is forgiving.
Forgiving is forgiving, huh? Okay. Forgiving is forgiving. All right.
That reminds me, once somewhere I read Guruji, in Sri Sri Pandit Ravi Shankar Guruji, someone had asked question to Guruji, Swamiji. He said they asked them to collect donations. So it hurts their ego when someone says they don't give, when they don't offer donations. It hurted him, it seems. So that person told how to face that that answer. When they don't give me, how can I not show any emotions and how to face it? So Guruji first told him that they must first go and ask for donations to those persons who are very reluctant to give, because that is a way of developing our response, because you already know that he will not be giving anything. You know the answer is going to be a no. But still you go and ask him, so that you train yourself that you receive that no with no different any, what to say, it doesn't hurt my ego, or I asked him, he never even offered even 100 rupees, something like that. You go and ask that, those kind of persons who are reluctant to offer donations first.
Yeah, except that we don't have a board on top of our head. I am reluctant to give, like that board we don't have. So you can't find out who is reluctant, who is not reluctant. So that's why what they do is they lock off all the doors, and then they have volunteers which block off all the aisles. And then I tried to go out once and said, hey, wait, what? Program is over. No, donation. So I said, yeah, donation, I want to give. Okay, donation. So it's they will make sure you give something and go. The old people are very well trained in this. Not like us, shy to ask for donation and all these things. They are very clear. Everything is okay. But yeah, you're right. So see, the dhanam has to come from the heart, We can't pluck the dhanam out. That doesn't work. It actually reflects poorly on both parties. Swamiji, people used to tell Swamiji that, people are coming and eating food in our ashram and they are going away without donating anything. And Swamiji said, that's how it should be. People come to the ashram, they will not leave without having a full stomach. Okay? Number one. And so Dana Mandal, those who want to give, they can give. No, Swamiji, we don't have any money. Only 3 more months we have this thing. Whatever, finance. It's okay. That's how it is. Well, let's learn to live like this. Money will come. If we have to get money, we will get it. That's how his answer is. We love to live like this. This is what he said in the Satsang one day. See, that is what it is. Yadricha labha santushtaha, Krishna is saying. Yadricha labha santushtaha means what? Hey, I am happy with whatever I get. So where is the question of forcing other people to give? Isn't our Shastram cannot. You look at our Veda Patashalas and all. You go there, right there you can learn this. We can all learn this. They will not ask, they will not ask anything, period. Donation box. You think it is there? No, no donation box is there. At least donation box can be there, correct? At least some pamphlet can be there, what we do, some pictures of children, all that. No, that also they won't have. Nothing. That is the life they have demonstrated to us. So because the Shastram, otherwise what happens, Shanti? The sanctity of the Shastram will go away. Now, what is the difference between this Shastram and some other stock market Shastram that somebody is teaching, where you have to pay so many dollars to enter that 1 week, 1 day workshop? What is the difference? This is complete Tyaga Buddhya eva kartavya. Many people have told me, you should ask for donation and this and that. They tell me, you're offering courses free and all that. Many people have told me in the class itself, they've advised me, you should not offer courses free. Then the seriousness will be gone. True, to some extent that is true. But no, I can't sell the courses, not possible. Those who want to give, let them give. That's it. That's it. And we are happy with whatever we get. We are doing some work and we're doing well. We are doing well. And, we get some money. And if you get more money, we can do more also. And, but we are not we're not that kind of people who are all out getting money from everybody and we'll keep a list of people. What did you give? No, not like that. All gives. That's all. So it's joyful, man. That is how I think, in my opinion. See, the people in the organization should be relaxed. This money hunting process never ends. There's no end to it at all. See, right now we are doing something called CSR, Corporate Social Responsibility, it's called. Means if Shanti is working for a company, then the company has a program called Corporate Social Responsibility. And we can apply to them. And then if they like our work, then they will support based on your recommendation. In India, companies have to do it. These days, CSR is very big. And so we now have a few people we are discussing and all that, how to do CSR, etc. So we've sent some applications like that. 3 applications we have sent to some companies. It all takes a lot of work. Preparing the application is that, do I want our students to be doing all this or studying the Shastra? Sometimes I ask this question. But this also has to be done because there's so many poor people, etc. Government schools and all, it's so pathetic. We need to build a compound wall is not there in the government school. What do you feel like I have to do it? I need 10 lakhs right now to build a compound walls. Okay. So we have to do it. Dharma, right? Dharma. So Loka Sangrahartham, we do it. And so it's a fine balance, Shanti. It's a fine balance. Good discussion. Any other thoughts? Ramuji, go ahead.
Shantiji was telling about not paying donation, but I have people who never used to even accept the notice, program notice.
Oh.
When we go for some informing the program and all this, when you invite them for program distribution by house, we used to go and give. They never used to accept it. We don't want.
Yeah, because if we accept it, then next discussion will be there.
We are asking for donation. I have faced that many times.
You know what? These days, the people who are asking for the temple construction donation all comes. People come, and that's good. And most in the streets these days, this is the only thing I see. Missionaries have sent these young girls out on a rampage. They are coming and walking with a bag in hand, and they are giving you They're saying, sir, please help children. And I asked them, show me your thing. And then it's all very clear. Show me your card. Show me the organization. And then it's a missionary organization. Then I tell them, you people are converting people. How can I give? How can I make you convert my own people? No, sir, we don't convert. It's all very, we have to learn to deal with all this. I tell them, no, I'll give you 10 rupees if you want to have tea. Now then finally they ask for tea. For us, we have to have something.
Not tea, lunch. Please sponsor a
Lunch,
lunch.
correct, you're right.
I am standing here since morning. Nobody gave. And that girl's name appears in her iCard as Hindu name. Anjali Arati, like that. And she is begging for, maybe they have changed the name of the girl who is asking for the money, And I have seen most of the in Coimbatore, in and around, when we walk through, these girls appear. And if you're not ready to give donation, they ask, Amma, ஒருவேளை சாப்பாட்டுக்காவது பைசா கொடுங்கோ, 100 200, like that.
Correct. So we have to learn to deal with it. Once I said, no, you give me your card, I'll give a donation, but first give me a card, I'll talk to your whatever leader or head, pastor or whatever it is. Then they walked away. So it's very awkward sometimes, but we have to really get to the root of it. We can't simply melt and then say, okay, here, take 500 rupees. No, that 500 rupees is working against us. Problem. So that's Krishna said that, no? What did he say? What did he say? Satvikam Danam, Rajasikam Danam, Tamasikam Danam is also there. Patram, Adeyam, Anupakarine. Anupakarine. The person is not qualified and will not use the money properly, you should not give.
There is a saying in Tamil, Patram arinju pichaiyidu. It is
Patram.
not the vessel what they are carrying. Patram means here the person.
Correct. So what is that? So it is called, let me look it up. I'm very eager to see that. Patram. Okay. 1720. Look it up. Datavyamiti yaddanam diyate anupakarine. Anupakarine diyate. Okay, datavyam. Deshe kale cha patre cha tadhanam satvikam smritam. Yeah, the giving must be done in a way that you don't expect anything back. Okay, number one. And number two, but the person looks at desha kala, time and place. Okay, and what is right at a particular time, is that the type of thing is needed? If that's what you're asking for, then I will give. Patreche taddanam satvikam smritam. Then yattu pratyupakarartham phalam uddishya va punaha diyate cha pariklishtam taddanam rajasam smritam. Asatkritam avajnatam tat tamasam udahritam. Apatrebhyaha. That's it. That's what I was looking for. 32, if you want to look up. 1722. Apatrebhyaha. So apatram. So there is an assessment we have to make. Every donor has to make an assessment. Is this organization worth giving? Or will they use my money properly? You have to do that. You have to do that. Krishna has given us the license to do it. Blindly giving is not correct. Blindly don't give just because they have a nice fancy name. Okay? Called National Arbor Society. Well, find out what the National Arbor Society is doing. Yeah, if they're growing trees, that's good. What are the salaries of all the people? Are they getting salaries? Ask. If somebody wants to know about our organization, they can ask. Are the trustees paid for all this teaching and all? They should ask. non-profit trust, the trustees can't be paid. Can't be paid. So they, even if the not possible. Okay. So like that, we should ask. In America, they're all big goodwill. There's an organization called Goodwill. We have given so much to Goodwill. And you find out, my God, the CEO of Goodwill is making so much money. Your idea of non-profit just goes out the door. So yeah, apatrebhyaha na diyate. So we have to do that. But ask, what are you going to use the money for? And you must like what the money is spent for. And because there's so many demands are too much, and so we have to choose where to give the money, etc. Want to protect Brahmin livelihood, then these are the organizations I'm going to give. You have to make up your mind. So good. All right, we will pause with that.
Just want to share one point, Vikumarji. So earlier we talk about the organizations which are why it is very important to give free knowledge. I was part of the organization earlier. I don't want to name those organizations, but basically it becomes like more than gaining the knowledge. They become like, I call it as teachers or leaders or whoever they are. They become like, you have heard about Pitstar and Amway, just similar to that it has become like, in terms of how they come and approach people. You might have come across Amway or somebody in Walmart or here in US. So you try to hide from them. Anyway, so I'm just, maybe it is too much to compare them, but it's sort of that level it goes to in US when it comes to even knowledge giving organizations. It might be the fault of those people who think it may not be the hierarchy at the top level who may want to do that way, but it's happening in reality that way. So that's one point. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
yeah, the experience I had was that organization. I went to their introduction. So somebody had come and give an introduction to the organization and some camp, 3-day camp or 4-day camp or something, and some kriya, etc. were being taught, and it was a announcement, and so then you have to register for the camp. So the registration forms are all there. So I said, okay. Then they literally blocked both sides of the aisle were blocked. You walk this way, there are one person standing, and I said, what? The registration form. I said, yeah, I'll be happy to take it. No, fill it up now. Fill it up now. So, no, I'm not even decided whether to attend this camp, whether I have time to spend 4 days during this work week and all. No, sir, you have to fill it. What? I have to fill. So I got a rude shock that day. I won't forget it. So anyway, that's their approach. What can you do, right? And so anyway, we'll pause with that. Okay, it's already 8:30. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amritakalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trailokyanataya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.